The 30-day gig is up with the LG Optimus G Pro, and I'm comparing it to the Note 2 and have been for the past 30 days. The Note 2, the S4, the HTC One, the iPhone 5, and all of those other high-end devices on the market. I'm Aaron Baker from PhoneDog.com, and in our final video together, I'm going to tell you some of the things I love, some of the things I hate, some of the things I've found after 30 days, because this is an awesome smartphone all around, but like any smartphone, it has areas that need improvement. Let's take a look at all of that in the final video. So I'm done with the 30-day challenge with the LG Optimus G Pro, and as far as I'm concerned, this is the tablet phone or phablet that you need to get if you're on AT&T. This thing blows the pants off the Samsung Galaxy Note 2 in every area with the exception of content creation, and I am kind of recapping some of the videos here over the past 30 days because I'm going to talk about the pros and cons of this device because, like I said, there's a lot to like about it, but like any smartphone, as I said in the intro, there's always room for improvement. So the Optimus G Pro has some great features. The specs are fantastic on this device. You got a quad-core CPU, you got a 5.5-inch 1080p HD display, a 13-megapixel camera here, 3,140 milliamp hour battery, 4G LTE connectivity. So in a lot of areas, if you're checking these specs up against the Note 2, it beats it out of the water. I mean, it's got a 1080p HD display, the battery's slightly larger, 4G LTE connectivity, and it really is a nice device, and LG's worked hard on their user interface. So even though it's running LG's UI, compare this to the LG UI of 2011, for example, and you're going to see huge improvements across the board. Really enjoy using this. I find it to be a lot like TouchWiz, and not comparing it, or actually I should say I am comparing it a lot to the Samsung Galaxy Note 2, just because of the similarities and what they're marketing to and who they're trying to appeal to, but it looks a lot like TouchWiz. So if you're okay with that kind of iOS-esque look and feel, if you will, with colors and the certain schemes, I've been pretty pleased all around with it. I like how fast this device is. It's incredibly zippy. We've talked about the lag on the Galaxy S4, and even with the software update, still seeing the occasional lag. We don't see as much lag on the Note 2, but still this thing is just all around as fast as can be. Haven't seen any lag on this device in my time testing it. See if I can pinch out. There we go. Pinch out to get back to the home screen. You can see everything's just moving exceptionally fast. I mean, there's no lag whatsoever on this device, and for somebody like me, I find that to be incredibly useful because I'm constantly switching between screens and doing things like that, and I think it's great for the average consumer as well. You can really tell those things, particularly in this age where everything has a quad-core processor, everything has 2 gigabytes of RAM, everything has, you know, X, Y, and Z. That's a huge distinguishing factor in the high-end realm between, let's say, this, the iPhone 5, the Galaxy S4, the Galaxy Note 2, and the HTC One. Really pleased with the performance. Like I said, Quick Memo is here, and you do get some content creation capabilities. I have the side button here set to Quick Memo, rather. I almost said S Memo. Clearly, I've been working with Samsung products too long. You can see, tap, and then I can draw on the screen. So for example, I can do this anywhere on the device. So I just happened to land on a text message conversation between myself and also myself. I did a demo test here with one of the review lines that I have. But, you know, I can draw on this and do whatever I want to, and then I can save it and send it off via email, or I can share it. I can save it to the gallery or my notebook, or I can share it between friends, whatever the case may be. And I can click it and then, you know, move around like this, and I can share via, let's say, Gmail, pop it up, send it off, and say, hey, check out my cool squiggly line on my text message thread, and then I just click that button to get rid of it if I'm making it a work in progress. So you can see, boom, continue my drawing. When I'm done, I can get rid of it and go right back. And I can also add a notepad look and feel behind it if I don't want a screenshot, so I can take quick notes in class or in meetings, whatever the case may be. But overall, I like this device. The content creation, as you can see, though, isn't quite up to par as the Note 2 just because of the lack of any sort of pen or input mechanism. I do wish the Optimus G Pro had that. I also wish this was available on more carriers. I think this is an incredible device. Had this been available on Verizon, Sprint, T-Mobile, it would give the Galaxy Note 2 a run for its money in every single carrier. I find that to be incredibly frustrating. That said, it's incredibly hard to get, and I'm not going to go into or divulge into the ways in which OEMs try to get devices on carriers. That's a conversation for another day, but would love to have seen this on multiple carriers. I assume LG's strategy with this device was to get it on AT&T, to partner with them for marketing, and I actually do need to go into that in a future video because it is pretty interesting to talk about the marketing aspect, the planogram aspect, how they work with the carriers, etc. But overall, really pleased with this device. LG made a great device, just wish it was available on more carriers. Hopefully for the Optimus G Pro 2 or the successor to this device, I would love to see some sort of input mechanism, be it a pen or whatever the case may be, to be able to draw on the screen. Just some more content creation, because I think when you get the display size like this, it's kind of what you gravitate towards is content creation, but I do love those little nifty things like the fact that the home button lights up when you get a text message or a calendar appointment. It's really cool to have that kind of personalized touch. And like I've shown off in previous videos, of course, wallpaper, all the usual stuff you can change, but I thought this was pretty cool too. You can custom change the icons from the browser to a B, for example, really making this device your own. In a world of the same, it's nice to be able to change things around. Keep it locked on the site for continuing coverage. I'm on Twitter at phonedog_Aaron. Would I buy this device? Absolutely. This is a great device, and as far as I'm concerned, right this second, this is the great tablet, or the best phone, phablet, tablet phone, whatever you want to call it, device you can get on the market, but it's going to be dependent on whether you're either A, on AT&T, B, comfortable with switching, because if you're not, you're stuck with the Note 2 if you're on Verizon, Sprint, or T-Mobile, which within itself is a great device, but this one spec-wise does beat it out of the water in a lot of different aspects. I'm on Twitter at phonedog_Aaron, Facebook, facebook.com/HiAaronBaker, Google+, g+.to/phonedog, but all around a really great device from LG. LG, as far as I'm concerned, is back in the smartphone game. Now they need to release a couple of different devices. Perhaps we'll see that with the G2 coming in a couple of weeks, but release devices on multiple carriers in multiple form factors. And that market share will climb, hopefully, in the US. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.